ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to coverage of what is the now known, okay? This is now known thanks to a great sponsor, the Hermiston Northwest Cup Series. And we would like to welcome them on board. We would like to welcome Tom Dinschel's Hermiston Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram as the new title sponsor for the Northwest Cup Series. And tonight it is round number 8 of points racing from Darlington Raceway. It's the Lady in Black 200 presented by Tom Dinschel Auto Group. We're at the virtual Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina, ready for 200 miles. Should be a good one here from virtual Darlington on LSRTV, as well as those who are listening live on CRN Sports. I'm Wesley Outland. Greg Rentz is alongside. In the production chair, being a bad boy from Wichita Falls, is Charles Wooten. And Greg, we have got a great race, man. You got to love the Lady in Black. You got to love Darlington.
One of the most historic, if not the most historic racetrack here on the NASCAR circuit, on iRacing. You talk about historic racetracks and so many famous moments. This racetrack, Wesley, is synonymous with the history of NASCAR. And that's why Throwback Weekend is here every single year. One of the great traditions. It was Labor Day. Now it's this weekend.
It's this weekend for Mother's Day weekend. Yes.
Yeah, we moved it back to Mother's Day weekend and the original spring Darlington Day, as Darlington now has 2 races a year. It's awesome to have it back again. But again, Wesley, we talk about the Lady in Black, and that is the track of Darlington Raceway, 1.36 miles in length, a very unique egg-shaped racetrack. We'll talk about the history of the layout and why it is so unique to this racetrack, the only one of its kind here. And everything about this track is unique. The layout, the line that you run right up against the wall, and you know that means there's going to be a lot of cars getting their Darlington stripe tonight. This is going to be a fun 140 laps.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Let's take a look, by the way, speaking of that Race on Texas race information, 411, bottom left of the monitor, and you see practice is done. Qualifying has officially wrapped up. They're doing the drivers' meeting now. We will be ready to go for a 140-lap race. Now, that is the equivalent of over 201 miles, 140 laps around Darlington Raceway. It should be a good one. And again, it's all part of the coverage of the Tom Dinschel Auto Group Northwest Cup Series. Now, if I remember correct, are they just sponsoring the Cup Series, Greg, or do we have them for the trucks as well? And we're also excited to have Tom Dinschel Auto Group be a sponsor for LSRTV as well. Yes,
that's right.
We're excited.
That's right. They have joined the Cup Series. It is now the Northwest Racing Cup Series, presented by the Tom Dinschel Auto Group, based out of Hermiston, Oregon. That's where I was this past weekend. But they have also come on to LSRTV, the channel, and we are so happy to have them on board here for quite some time here in the near future. Looking very forward to starting out a new relationship and having new companies on board. And you can get your company on board as well if you want. So plenty of opportunities still there. So we are very excited to have one of my now kind of my second homes, Hermiston, Oregon, represented. Hermiston right across the Columbia River here in the Northwest. I mean, I can still see Washington State. I could throw a rock from the announcer's tower at Hermiston Raceway, and it can land in Washington if I throw it hard enough. That's how close it is to Washington, but it's in Oregon, and man, it is so awesome to have them on board. Tom Dinschel Auto Group, huge thank you and welcome to the Northwest Racing Series, the Cup Series, presented by Tom Dinschel Auto Group. So happy to have you aboard, and we are starting things off at Darlington. This is going to be a very special race to start it off, and a very, very awesome night of action.
You know, I just want to elaborate more on this for sure. And what I want to say is this. I think it is awesome that we are seeing a real car dealership business jump on board and get involved with iRacing, get involved with esports, get involved with live sim racing, LSRTV. And I hope that this will open up the doors for more businesses like Tom Dinschel Auto Group or ETE Reman. Bulletproof Tees, just some of the difference of real businesses that we have had that have jumped on board to be sponsors. And honestly, Charles has done a phenomenal job with LSRTV, picking it up from what it used to be. And then you look at what Jeff Stab now has done with it with Rocket Media. It's continuing to expand. It's continuing to grow. There's a lot of great ideas out there. And now to have the, Tom Denchel Automotive Group to now be a title sponsor for the Northwest Cup Series as well as a sponsor for LSRTV. If you are a sponsor, a real business, and you want to get advertising at a very fair dollar, get in touch with livesimracing.com for sure, Greg.
Absolutely. We have plenty, and I mean plenty of room to make things happen for you here. But Wesley, qualifying's in the books, which means it's time to head to the grid, because while this is going on and we're welcoming Tom Denchel Auto Group to the family, they're here for racing. We've got racing if you want it, because here we go. We are set to go to the grid for 140 laps, and this should be of little to no surprise who is on the pole as we turn it down to you, Wesley, for the grid.
We're going to go 10 by 10, Team 126 Racing starting line. Up, and Lake Peterson, looking for his 4th win of the year, is on the pole in the number 09 to the outside. What a good run for CWR Racing. Chris White, he'll make up the front row. Row number 2, Justin Yee. What do you know? His teammate right behind Peterson. And to the outside, the defending Cup Series champion from Puyallup, Washington, now in the land of Cactus, Tucson, Arizona. It is Sean Brightsman. Row number 3, Dan West Jr., defending Truck Series champion. 3 wins in this year for him. To his outside, Toby Ritters in 23. Row number 4, Caden Anderson, recent truck winner at Vegas. He's in the 37 to the outside. Could tonight be the night for Kevin Smith? He's looked improved in the last couple of weeks. And to round out your top 10, Taylor Larson in 98. And Ryan Blum, what a good run for him at Bristol. He's in the 25, and that's your top 10.
Watch Stephen O'Hare in the number 41 rolling off in the 11th spot to his outside. Judd Wakefield, who's really beginning to come into his own in this one. Wesley, he's going to start off in that 12th position. Stephen Paulson, Daytona winner, going to roll off in the 13th position. Welcome back to the series, Donovan the Goat Stevens in the number 5. The Goat Man back in the field for the first time in a long time. Good to have him back in the field. Briar Reynolds in the number 12. Got a good chance to have a conversation with his dad in Hermiston over the weekend, talking about old late model races, legend races, and so forth. He's watching Briar tonight. Corey Walters in the Napa 9 inside, or to his outside in 16th. Troy Daggett and John Ottenbacher starting off in row 9. Rounding out the top 20 will be Casey Tillman and Ricky Bozer, 19th and 20th.
There you go. Moving on to row number 11, Bryce Clark. It's Big Bird. No, I'm sorry. That's Fatback in the number 93 to the outside. Fatback. And then it's going to be Ryan Maines in the number 13. He looks kind of clueless there. To the inside, Seth Frazier in the 32 to the outside. The veteran Carl Burke in the number 53. Row number 13, Casey Garber, 94. Jeff Stabnow starting 26. Holy cow. There's Big Bird. Eric Cheney in the 76, and Tyler King, the racetrack king, in the 21. He'll start 28. Top 30, Dan Lowther and B.J. Tidrick. Last year's winner in a wild race here at Darlington. He is way in the back in 72.
Rounding out this field will be Frank Harris in the number 11 in the 31st position, with Scott Hutchinson to his outside. Final 2 drivers of our 34 car field will be Tyson Blood in the 97 and Aaron Cooper rounding out the field in 34th. Couple of drivers missing the grid, including Casey Garber and Seth Frazier. They will have to start the race from the pits, Wesley. So as they come through turns 3 and 4, this is going to be a wild one.
The field will make their way to the Geico starting zone here, and the field will be side by side with Peterson alongside with Chris White. Here they come out of turn number 4, 201 miles, 140 laps. Welcome in the John Henschel Automotive Group as well. Green flag in the air. We're underway in the Northwest. Lady in Black 200 is green as they roar into turn 1. It's Peterson pulling away by 3 car lengths off 2.
And his teammate Justin Yee right to the inside of Dan West Jr. Chris White falling back to 4th already as the Bumblebees once again try to make it here into turn number 3. Lake Peterson, 3 wins on the year. He's been dominant thus far. Justin Yee looking for his first for his camp this year, but it's the Bumblebees once again, 1-2.
And a good opening lap for the Northwest Cup Series presented by Tom Denschel's Hermiston Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the back straight away. Peterson, Yee, what do you know, Greg? Their teammates, they're 1 and 2. They're up on the top shelf, riding the high banks now, working off 3 and 4 in another lap. It's been those 2 cars. The Bumblebees out of the Beaver State back across the stripe.
Dan West Jr. in the number 55 has been so strong in third right now. Always a contender every single time he goes racing. Chris White in fourth, and Caden Anderson in at number 37. He's been a hot driver as well for a little bit, Wesley. 2 cup wins last year. Finally got that breakthrough truck win to get the monkey off his back there. And now, Wesley, though, as they roll around, who does this track benefit? Does this benefit the drivers who have a lot of experience in this series? Does it benefit the drivers who just have a lot of laps, period, on iRacing? Or is this race kind of a wild card with just how unique this racetrack is?
Yeah, that remains to be seen for sure, as we've got problems. One car little sideways, hold it together, and down below the bottom of the apron, Toby Ritter's with a problem. There's more calamity in front of him. Cars spinning, problems. Cheney, Big Bird trying to get to Sesame Street and turned on the wrong return road. Caution is out, and the yellow flies. Toby Ritter's, Eric Cheney, caution number 1. And here is your replay, also presented by Pulse, Poppers, Fishing Lures. Greg Ranson, here we go to the top shelf with the drone cam presented by All American Pools.
Let's take a look. Ooh, contact. No contact. There's the drone cam. Thought there was contact right there between one of the Caden Anderson cars and Ottenbacher. This is coming down the front stretch into turn number 1.
All right.
It's in front of us. You see Toby Ritter's down there on the apron. So whatever happened. So there's the second incident. There is a separate incident back there. Cheney and Ottenbacher getting together, but something happened to Ritter's before that because Ritter's was down on the apron. So this was 2 separate incidents that just merged into one there.
So the yellow flag coming out for the first time. Tom Denschel Automotive Group Northwest Cup Series action. And the yellow is out with teammates 1 and 2 out in front. Dan West Jr. to third. Chris White back to fourth. And we are underway. More coverage in a moment. We'll step away to thank our sponsors, LSRTV and CRN Sports, in the early going here for the Lady in Black 200 at Darlington.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
Understanding Frazier with problems, King with problems, and some other cars as well, Greg, as we get ready to still stay under caution here.
Eric Cheney also loaded up. That is a big one for Seth Frazier in the number 32. Did not even take the green flag, Wesley, and he has loaded up and calling it a night. Seth Frazier missing Bristol Dirt last week. And actually, he did take the green flag. He completed 3 laps and parked it. Seth Frazier's been having issues. I've noticed that he's been having issues here in practice and in qualifying. Seth Frazier, one of the Championship 4 finalists from last year. Problems again. He's only going to complete 3 laps here tonight.
Caution is out after a multi-car accident. So let's be honest, it started with Eric Cheney spinning, but before that we saw Toby Ritter's with problems in the red 23 car down below the infield, and the race just continued on from there. The lights will go off on the pace car, hopefully this time by, and we will get the 1 to go indication. Teammates out of the Beaver State, Justin Yee and Lake Peterson, they are right alongside each other, 2-1. Lake Peterson, Greg, looking to now be the fourth different winner on the, he's looking to be a winner of the fourth race this season on the Cup Series if the 09 can pull it off.
He's been dominant so far this season, Wesley. 3 wins already, and 3 very different types of racing as well. Winning on the road course, he won on a short track. It has been a very versatile season for Lake Peterson, and Justin Yee has had a lot of speed. Do not count out his teammate to the outside, the 66. Do not discredit him at all. He has been very strong this season as well, just has had horrible luck in the midway portion of the races, but he is one of those guys as well who you know is going to be a threat to win race in and race out. But they're lined up behind the iRacing sedan, and we are set to roll here. Dan West Jr. in third, Chris White to the outside. Let's see what Caden Anderson can do with Sean Brightsman up there as well. They're all chasing the Bumblebees off of turn number 4.
Ready to make their way back to the restart zone here. And green flag back out here at Darlington. Picking up speed inside. It's going to be Peterson. He'll sneak up in front of Yee. Dan West Jr. falls back 2 car lengths. White's there. Brightsman there in the top 5. They're single file up the high banks as they come off 2.
First side-by-side battle is back here for the 5th spot between Anderson and Brightsman. There's side-by-side. Defending champion and a guy who a lot of people think if he can run a full season can make a championship push, and he has run the full season thus far and has been strong. Of course, talking about the Acoma driver, Caden Anderson, but Brightsman gets the better of him this time. They're single file through most of the field, it would look like for now. Drivers are settling in. They know Darlington's a long race. They know it's 140 laps of white knuckle from the moment the green flag drops to the moment the checker flag is. They're being very, very patient here in the early stages.
Up top side, here they work their way back to 1 and 2. To the back straightaway at speed. Peterson, Yee, West, White, there's Anderson. A truck win at Vegas a couple of weeks ago. Now looking to try to get his second career Northwest Cup Series presented by Tom Henschel Automotive Group. In trouble front straightaway. Garber's crashing. Garber's involved. And the yellow is out. AC Garber, who won a race earlier this year on the Cup Series with a problem, and they are still. Frank Harris, Stabnow's involved. Boy, oh boy, a big problems on the back straightaway. And we go under yellow again for the second time, Greg Rance.
Saw Troy Daggett as well in the number 51. We're picking up Dan Lowther right there in the Northwest Sugar Camaro for Team Ramrod. I believe this may have happened in front of him. Maybe that's Troy Daggett behind him there in the red car. And Daggett was one of those cars that we saw collected with Garber. Oh, there's the contact. It was behind him. Actually, no, that was a separate incident, as that did not trigger the caution. There's the trigger for the caution as Lowther careens into the inside wall. Another car involved. That was Toby Ritter's. There's Stabnow Frank Harris getting involved. The red 51 of Troy Daggett involved. You see Garber up there. So someone broke loose and went down onto the infield in turn number 1, and that's what makes this track too tough to tame right there, Wesley. As you take a look at Casey Garber in the 94 make his way to the back. We're going to have to take another look at that and see if we can decipher everything that happened there. Going to pick up Casey Garber, car number 94 on this Pulse Poppers instant replay. Tyson Blood right in front of him. Coming off of, this is turn number 4. This is crossing the front stretch, taking the finish line there. Gets the inside of Tyson Blood. Blood gets in, so it was Tyson Blood that spun down to the apron there as Garber goes on the outside. Saw Tyson Blood go for the spin there, but right there's Troy Daggett and Casey Garber getting collected.
Daggett and a whole bunch of other cars. Casey Garber again, Jeff Stabnow, Frank Harris. A multi-car accident on the back straightaway in the opening laps here at Darlington for the Lady in Black 200. And while that goes on, Greg, still the Beaver State boys, Peterson and Yee, 1 and 2. The Bumblebee clan is what I've been calling them all year.
Leslie, as we're under this caution, let's talk a little bit about the configuration of this racetrack. We've talked about it a little bit here.
You
like eggs. You like eggs. This is the racetrack for you. And now, Wesley, let's explain to the fans at home why this racetrack is shaped this way, because it's one of the most unique stories out there, and it's just one of the many great things about this racetrack. Why is this racetrack shaped the way it is?
Okay, so it was actually, to be honest with you, done by a mistake. Harold Brazelton and one of the architects who built the Darlington Raceway. The track was built because of a, back in the day, river lake, if you will, that was in the confined area of where Darlington Raceway is. If you go there today, it's not there anymore. It's gone. They built the track by mistake on size because they were trying to bypass the lake. Well, the supposedly rumor was the small part of the racetrack was actually supposed to be the entire length of the racetrack itself, and somebody made a hiccup and made one half a little too shorter or longer than the other. And Greg, the rest is history, and it has become an historic landmark. The first ever stock car race was in Darlington in 1958. The rest is history.
And Wesley, that used to be turns 1 and 2. Now it's 3 and 4. This has also seen a flip of the racetrack. The back stretchers that are on right now, this was the original front stretch. They made the switch in the mid-90s to where it flipped back over to the then back stretch, now front stretch. So this where they're at right now, this used to be the front stretch. So this racetrack has been through so many changes with this unique configuration and the flip-flop of the straightaways. This has just made for so much incredible history at this racetrack.
Yes, it certainly has, for sure. And the field will now make their way back to the Geico restart zone. We will try to go back to green here again, just coming up on 20 laps. Green back in the air. They're in the restart box. Into the turn. Coming up on 20 laps, run lap 15. Green flag back in the air off of turn number 2. And once again, Greg, it is Peterson pulling away even from his own teammate as they go to 3.
Peterson has just been so strong this entire season, and he really turned a lot of heads last year when he made his debut in the series in the season finale at Phoenix. Justin Yee in second. Looking down the running order, the scoring pile, a couple drivers making some serious headway right now. We've got Stephen O'Hare, he's +4 from 11th to 7th. Briar Reynolds is +5 from 15th to 10th. Biggest mover of the race is Casey Tillman in 11th. He's +8 positions on the board after starting 19th. Oh, BJ Tidrick, last week's winner. He's now +13, so scratch that. BJ Tidrick, last year's winner of this race, is up to 17th.
Yeah, Tidrick's climbing. He's climbing. He's getting it done. We'll keep an eye on him. He won this race last year. Now, mind you, it was a controversial finish, but a win is a win. He started way in the back. He's up in 17th. Keep an eye on that Milwaukee, number 72.
Winner of this race last year under very unique circumstances. We haven't talked about that, Wesley. This was a very, very unique end to the race last year at Darlington. It was probably the only one that I can remember where we had a red flag. Damn it, Jr. The 55.
Oh, no!
It's off the racing surface, so no caution. But Dan West Jr., heavy hit to the 55.
Dan West Jr., Truck Series champion, Richmond winner. Problems on the 55. By the way, Greg's historic race last week at Bristol on the dirt. How about his son, Devin West, sweeping all the races on the Cup and Truck Series last week at Bristol?
It was a wild weekend, or a wild week, definitely going and playing in the dirt with the Northwest Cup Series and Truck Series in Devon West. And what's amazing to me, Wesley, is Devon West, he's not even here tonight. He swept the week.
That's right.
Only the second driver this year to do it, and he's not even in this race tonight. So definitely a surprise. He won the race at Bristol last week, but he's not even here to try it again this week.
Didn't even show up.
And he's been running a very part-time schedule because of work obligations. The time change and the date change has been difficult here. Here comes the 09 of Peterson under pressure now from his teammate. Justin Yee is catching up to him.
Working off turn number 3 and 4. Back to start finish. And what a drive for that man. Peterson and Yee, 1 and 2. Stab now down below the 8, off the pace in 24.
And Stabnow was discussing with the team possibly starting and parking tonight into number 24. So with the damage that the number 24 has suffered here in the early stages, I will not be surprised if Jeff Stabnow just comes in and loads it up on the trailer here on lap number 22 for him. Working lap number 24 right now as the race leader. So Stabnow might be done for the day early.
What a bad season for Jeff Stabnow. And it just continues.
Oh, BJ Tidrick, last year's winner, has been in the wall. The defending winner of this race has been in the wall in the 72.
Uh-oh.
There he is, making it down the pit road. And the caution is out.
Tidrick,
We are
and the
under
caution's
caution.
out. Saved by the yellow flag. So does he pit or does he take a penalty?
Well, he... Briar Reynolds,
number 12.
Briar Reynolds, number 12. Take a look what happened to the Garbage Garage Chevy. Figure out what happens with Tidrick next. As Taylor Larson up in front of him just barely squeaks by. They're rimming the wall right now. What you do at Darlington. Down the front stretch. Going into turn number 1 here. Briar Reynolds was having a good run. We'll see what happens here. To the number 12. Larson gets the wall in front of him. He gets his Darlington stripe. Reynolds with the big run. Oh, he gets the wall a ton and bounces into the wall, and it spins him up just onto the apron right there. It'll be enough to trigger caution. Oh, who was that got a piece of that? That looked like it may have been Paulison in the 58 that got collected.
My goodness. And there you go. Pit stops. Here they come onto the lane. Just 25 laps in and cars are pitting, including Judd Wakefield, West Jr., Casey Garber, Frank Harris, Aaron Cooper, Ryan Maines, Briar Reynolds, Troy Daggett, just some that are on the pit lane right now. And what was going on here? Wow. Was there a penalty? Were they being held? Wow, so just like your regular Friday or Saturday night short track, Greg, they could not leave the racetrack because there were cars coming by the pit lane.
So they just get held there waiting for the field to go by. That's to keep them in line and to make sure lineup stays intact, but... So a lot of drivers just waiting here. We only have 26 drivers being scored on the lead lap here. And BJ Tidrick had already gone a lap down before that caution came out. Does not receive the lucky dog. The good news for him is he's the only driver that has scored 1 lap down right now. So he will be able to get the lucky dog back here as soon as he get another caution. The problem for Tidrick is he's already had to use that fast repair. Scratch that. A couple other drivers coming down pit road now have been scored a lap down.
So, back under the caution again. And so far, we have seen nothing, Greg, but sheer dominance by the drivers of Justin Yee, and obviously the man out in front, Blake Peterson.
Been an absolute clinic that Lake Peterson has put on here since the start of this race. Justin Yee, though, trying to capitalize on a restart. He had looked very strong there at the end of that last run before the caution came out. Caden Anderson up to fourth. He's gotten back around Sean Breitzman. They've been locked in the battle for the fourth position pretty much since the drop of the green flag. How about Donovan Stevens in the number 05, Wesley? Let's talk about him for a minute, because Don Stevens making his first start of the year and first start in quite some time, having a very solid run right now in the 12th position in the 05, the Valvoline entry. Good to have the GOAT man back in the field.
Yeah, that's true. So the lights are off on the pace car. We will get ready for the restart next time by. By the way, want to let you know, within the next hour and a half or so, there is a chance of very severe weather coming through the Wichita Falls headquarters of our LSRTV studios. Our intention is at our best to continue to broadcast this race to the end. They are aware weather is in the area. Yeah, even though it's iRacing, they can get nip tuck on the wheel and knock these laps out and bring this race to the finish. And we're back to green, Greg.
Breitzman was able to get by Anderson again for that fourth spot, so the battle for fourth continues. And now Breitzman is going to work on Chris White, trying to get up on the podium. The Brights Boutique, number 46, trying to reel in the Amsoil Ford Mustang. Chris White with a bit of a throwback look, and noticing, Wesley, not a whole lot of cars running throwback schemes here this evening. I was expecting a bit more, and it looks like the only one that I'm really seeing throwback-wise is Chris White in that number 83 as Breitzman gets to his inside. Wesley, Chris White has won at this racetrack in the past. He won in the Xfinity Series a couple of years ago, so he has been to victory lane at the track too tough to tame. He knows how to charm the lady in black, but you have to wonder, what can he do here for the Cup Series? We still have 110 laps.
Again, this series now presented by the great folks at Tom Drenzel Hermanston Auto Group. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Hermanston, Oregon. They have inventory where many manufacturers and dealers are struggling with new vehicle inventory. They have it. Ram trucks, Jeep Wranglers, Dodge Challengers, and even Dodge Chargers. We have them all. Over 800. Caution is out. Oh, big wreck. Trouble.
Oh,
wow.
That was Scott Hutchinson that plowed into the back there of another throwback car.
Was that the 17? I think it was Bill Ross Jr. And there is the on board with Brian Maines, by the way. Over 800 pre-owned vehicles, 100% online transactions, remote drives, remote trade appraisals. We can count on you. Upfront pricing, total transparency. They do what's right. Find more details, nationwide delivery at TomDenschelAutoGroup.com. We are under caution again for the third time, Greg. See what happened.
Let's take a look. We're watching Ryan Maines right now in that Bobby Allison throwback. It's Briar Reynolds right in front of him, and we saw Maines was facing the wrong way.
Bill Ross Jr. I thought it was the 17.
Oh,
no, it was. Oh, whoa.
And there's smoke in front of them.
It looks like somebody got in the wall before. Why did Blocker know where to go?
And Hutchinson nowhere to go. It looked like they hit the wall trying to dodge something, because I saw a little bit of tire smoke. I wonder if maybe we can go on board with the 12 of Reynolds.
Yeah, maybe we could go a little forward.
By the way, Reynolds has loaded up. Reynolds is loaded up on the hauler. So here's Reynolds. At Stabnow in front of him, so we thought Stabnow was going to park it, but I guess not. On board with Briar Reynolds.
I still think it's the 17. I thought Bill Ross Jr. lost it. We'll find out here. We're on board. Well, yeah, somebody lost it in front of him, and I think that caused everybody to check up behind him. Oh! And Allenbacher with a little putt in the pants. Oh, wow. Oh, man, oh, man. Trouble. We're under caution again.
Fourth caution of the day. Here's the thing, Wesley. Last year, drivers were coming down pit road every chance they got, but they only have 4 sets of tires total in this race. 3 on pit road, plus the ones that they started on. So they have to be careful with tire management as well tonight.
This is very true. By the way, we're coming up on we're coming up on 100 laps to go and 6 more laps. There is a chance of severe, not a chance, it's imminent actually. I don't mean to hurt your feelings, Charles. There is severe weather. It's coming Charles' way. The intent is to hopefully be done with this broadcast before the severe weather hits within the next hour and 15 minutes, because he's saying by 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 midnight Central Time, LSRTV headquarters is going to get pummeled with some severe weather. Softball to tennis size hail and possible tornadoes, 70-mile-an-hour winds. If you're in the Texas area, this is our LSR-TV Weather Channel telling you to take cover in the next hour and 15 minutes. And that's your local on the 8s.
You ever seen the movie Twister? That's what our producer's about to experience.
And Meg wouldn't want Meg wouldn't might have wanted pit stop either, you know.
Yeah, no steak and eggs this time. No steak and eggs this time.
All right. Oh, sorry. Got to be professional. All right. So we're under the yellow flag again. I can't.
24 cars on the lead lap. About to be 23 because Dan West Jr. in the number 55, who, remember, had already had to use that fast repair. He is on pit road getting some damage repaired on that number 55. He is in danger of going a lap down here, as the field has already crossed the line. They've gotten the 1 to green, and Dan West Jr. is still sitting on pit road. Oh, he just makes it out. He beats the pace car off.
He did. He beat the pace car.
Just barely.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Ready to do this again here. All right. So, Peterson and Yee on the front row, along with Brightsman and White, Chris White. Caden Anderson, top 5. Ready for the restart. It will be lap 39. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I meant lap 36. I was sneezing. My apologies. Earlier tonight, I got Pepsi stuck in my nose. You don't want to know how. And my nose has been burning since. We're back in the restart zone, and we are back to green here in Darlington. And Greg is to blame for it. We're back underway.
I don't know what you're talking about, good sir. Anderson gets around Chris White to the inside, so he will move back into 4th place as Brightsman has now moved into 3rd, and now the Brights Boutique Brights Boutique Toyota is going after the Bumblebees right now. We're going to call them the Beaver State Bumblebees. How about that? Blake Peterson, Justin Yee, 1-2. Peterson's led all 37, make it 38 thus far, but Brightsman now putting pressure on.
And Brightsman, originally from Puyallup, Washington, now resides in Tucson, Arizona, the home of the Cactus. And Brightsman won the Cup Series championship last year. What an awesome Cinderella story. But it really wasn't a Cinderella story. He just did exactly what he needed to do to win.
The season leading up to it was not a Cinderella story. It was the fact of what he had to do in that penultimate race at Texas to get himself into the championship. That's where the Cinderella aspect came into that one.
All right.
Ooh, 1 car in the wall, 2 cars in the wall back there on the backstretch. That was Ryan
hold it together.
And Casey Tillman both getting the wall back to back there.
Wow. No caution.
Identical trips to the wall and identical Darlington stripes now. Biggest move of the race, Tyson Blood in the number 97. Saw him get collected in that earlier incident. He has since climbed from 33rd to now 13th position, plus 20 for the number 97 of Tyson Blood. There he is in the 97.
And getting it done for sure. Keep an eye on him. And the hits just keep on coming. Here they come up the top shelf. Working their way back down the front straightaway. Another lap on the board. Peterson, Yee, Breitzman, Anderson, White, the top 5. O'Hare, Blum, Larson, Wakefield. What a good run for Judd Wakefield. Aerial coverage up top shelf presented by All American Pools. As we see O'Hare sizing up White for 3rd and 4th as they work their way to the back straightaway. Or front stretch, actually.
Stephen O'Hare in that yellow and blue number 41 car lurking on Chris White in the 83. O'Hare is still, Wesley, searching for that first Northwest Cup Series victory, but he has won 3 truck races in the last year, so O'Hare knows how to get it done. It just has been a long time coming for the Cup Series. Here he is in 6th right now, trying to crack the top 5 on Chris White. Remember, Chris White has won this racetrack before. He knows how to get it done here. See what they can do as they battle for 5th right now as Lake Peterson again begins to open it up as his teammate tries to hold off Breitzman.
Keep an eye on these drivers as they work their way back around. Here comes Breitzman. Breitzman now closing in on Yee. This is for 2nd spot. Trying to split up the pack. Trying to split up the Bumblebee gang.
They've opened it up a 2.5 seconds now over 4th place Caden Anderson in number 37. He's kind of riding by himself right now. He's got a little bit of a buffer over Chris White and about a 1.5 seconds to make up on Breitzman and Yee. So Anderson behind this battle right now, kind of just riding it out, letting the race come to him as this is the best battle on the racetrack right now between 2nd place Justin Yee, the 66, 3rd place Sean Breitzman in the 46.
And Frank Harris falling back now in that number 11 machine. Hey, lap 70 is halfway. But by the way, we are under 100 laps to go. We're actually on lap number 44. Frank Harris bouncing off the wall. Another Darlington stripe. And right there in bunch amongst the cars, they were able to check up quickly, get down to the bottom. We keep on going.
And a lot of these drivers, Wesley, have already used that fast repair, so a lot of them stuck with what they've got. Casey Tillman in the number 92, he's fallen to the back. The Caden Anderson racing driver, he hit the wall a ton. That's more than a Darlington stripe because he has fallen all the way back. He was up in the top 10 just a moment ago. He is now fallen all the way outside of the top 20. Best battle
on the speedway. Look at this, Greg. Best battle on the racetrack. We'll keep an eye on it.
Going on right in front of Jeff Stabnow is between Tyson Blood in the number 97 and Casey Garber in the 94. Now Stabnow is 2 laps down in that silver, black, and red number 24 Ford, but until Casey Tillman just went a lap down, but Tillman's on pit road in the number 92. He's coming in for some repairs after slamming the wall. Up until he came down, Stabnow was in the lucky dog position. We'll see if Tillman takes that fast repair and takes some tires. Yes, he does. So Tillman going to take advantage of the 4 fresh Goodyears. Stabnow might move back into the lucky dog position as Anderson is under pressure now. Chris White trying to get around him and will going off of turn number 4. Chris White now moves to 4th.
And there's Chris White along with Anderson. And this is for 3rd spot. This is to get on the podium for tonight. Race number 8 of points for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series presented by Tom Drenchel Automotive Group. And Peterson, Yee, teammates 1 and 2. Brightsman White, you saw that. Here goes a car bouncing off the wall again, right in front and behind of Toby Ritter's. The Valvoline colors, he kept on going.
Donovan Stevens in the 05.
And no caution. And he's trying to run down Kevin Smith for that spot, by the way. This is all inside the top 20. 16th, 17th, and 18th coming at you.
Biggest mover of the race is now making a switch. As it was Tyson Blood, it is once again BJ Tidrick. He is just taking the 12th spot away from Ricky Bozer. Actually, that's going to tie them with the positions plus 18 now. So Tidrick and Blood both plus 18. But BJ Tidrick, after being pinned a lap down a moment ago, caught a break with when he got the fast repair as soon as the caution came out. Oh, his teammate Dan Lowther's in the wall right in front of him, and he gets through. Whew, that could have been hairy there, but Tidrick gets through. That's not for position because Lowther's a couple laps down. Oh, Stephen O'Hare just catching the wall on the 41. That's going to allow Wakefield to pull away now from the number 41. Oh, and he's in the wall now. Wakefield able to break away, but he catches the wall. And this is Darlington Racing right here, Wesley. They are bouncing off the wall all over this racetrack.
Doesn't get any better than that. Peterson leads the way. Justin Yee second. Brightsman. White, Anderson, there's O'Hare. He's fell back to 7th, trying to run down Wakefield. Greg, can we talk? Whoa, O'Hare bouncing off the wall. Down below the bottom. He'll get passed by the Daytona Cup winner, Stephen Paulison. Greg, can we say what a prompt job to Judd Wakefield, man, in the 50 car. What a run this guy's got going tonight. Let's give some love to the 6th place car production. Number 50, Judd Wakefield. Man, he's looking good. In the top 10, 6th right now.
Plus 6 positions from his 12th starting spot and putting pressure on Anderson in the number 37. I think Anderson may have been in the wall a lap before off of turn number 2 because Wakefield is closing in. You see O'Hare right now still trying to settle it down into number 41 after he caught the wall. But a great run so far for Judd Wakefield in that number 50, putting pressure on Anderson here for the 5th spot and a spot in the top 5. Couple drivers, though, are working on trying to crack the top 10. Casey Garber has cracked the top 10 after his incident in the number 94. He's back up in the Garber's Garage Ford. BJ Tidrick in the Milwaukee Ford up to 11th.
Look at this going on now as you see Anderson. Wakefield, there you see that battle we were talking about. This is for the top 5. Now you got Kevin Smith making his move on Bozier. That's the farmersonly.com 42 entry.
Frank Harris getting loose off of turn number 2 as Smith trying to make his way back up into the top 10. He started 8th. He has fallen back outside of the top 15. He's climbed back to 14th now in the 00. And Smith Wesley is one of those guys who that new Northwest ARCA series, which, by the way, we're going to be bringing, I believe, the remainder of the season, the full season remaining for the ARCA series. Well, we are still crossing the I's and dotting the T's. We were told it was, and then we're told it wasn't. But either way, we're going to be bringing you more ARCA series races. But Kevin Smith in that 00 has been one of those guys who has really, really benefited from it. Oh, Justin Yee has been in the wall in the 66.
Oh,
Second
wow.
place Yee has been in the wall, and he is falling back to 7th. Let's see.
Holy cow, that's not good. How much damage does he have, by the way?
He's coming down pit road, so
Oh, man, he does, yeah.
It's going to be a lot on that number 66.
Yeah, there's a big
He's
problem on
pulling
that
in.
car. My goodness.
So Blake Peterson now going to be carrying the flag solo for the Bumblebees as Breitzman is in second, almost 5 seconds back. Chris White still having a great run in the number 83. He's a former winner on this series in the number 83 and a former winner at this racetrack, so he knows how to get it done. Up in the top three once again, one of Chris White's better racetracks.
And while that goes on, you see Chris White, he's in third. He is trying all he can, GR, to close in on Sean Breitzman and getting faster by the second, by the moment. Look at him reeling him in like bait on a poach popper fishing lure hook as they work their way. Don't hit the wall. Stay off the wall. He will. 9 to halfway, and he's trying to close in on Breitzman for the bridesmaid spot across the stripe.
Let's talk tire fall off, Wesley. These drivers have fallen off 3.5 seconds off of their qualifying times now. We're going to be seeing green flag pit stops here before too long also.
There's Dan West Jr.
We already have seen it begin, Wesley. Caden Anderson in the 37 has been on pit road. I think the pit window is now open for green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing a cycle of green flag pit stops beginning here before we approach halfway.
Peterson puts Taylor Larson a lap down in the number 98. He will be now 2 laps down in that number 98 car. As drivers are beginning to make their way down pit road, 17 cars on the lead lap here. And with this racetrack being how it is, Darlington Raceway, a lot of drivers. Here comes the leader, Wesley. Blake Peterson is coming down pit road. And he is slipping and sliding. He's spinning.
Whoa.
He's spinning out. Blake Peterson spinning on pit road. Gathers it up before he reaches the commitment line,
no
but he was
caution.
trying to come down, and that's going to be a big break for Sean Breitzman. He stayed out already, but that is going to give Breitzman probably what he needed to close in. He becomes the first driver not named Blake Peterson to lead a lap tonight, but that little slip up by Peterson is going to give Breitzman a chance to close back in.
Peterson, though he spun, and obviously it's because he's used up the tires, Greg, comes down to the pit lane, lost valuable time, and possibly might even go a lap down, maybe more, because of this hiccup. This could possibly cost him. Justin Yee going a lap down, and now a lap down for the driver of both Justin Yee and Greg Peterson.
They get rolling. The good news is leaders like Breitzman, White, Paulison, Tidrick, and company, they all still have to pit. Ooh, Garber's been in the wall in the number 94. He just caught the wall really hard off of turn number 2. That's more than the Darlington stripe right there. And he already has used the fast repair, so Garber all of a sudden is going to be in a lot of trouble in that number 94 car. But we still have a good chunk of the field that is yet to come down pit road, Wesley. That's the good news for the guys like Peterson and Wakefield and Anderson, Yee, guys who are up near the front that are currently pinned a lap down. Oh, the leader's in the wall.
Breitzman in the wall, the leader in the wall. He's rim riding in the wall. A shower of sparks shoots from the back of the 46 car. Here comes White.
Second place, Chris White on pit road. Another car is loaded up. It's Tyson Daggett. The 51 is loaded up. Breitzman, what kind of damage did that do to the Brights Boutique Toyota? And when do we see him on pit road?
Paulison is now in second. Tidrick to third. Remember, he had problems earlier. He's now in third place. And by the way, we're coming up on halfway.
Kevin Smith coming down pit road.
Yes. Chris White on pit lane, the 83 car. Kevin Smith is in the pits, and there's the best battle right there on the racetrack. It's Judd Wakefield along with Casey Tillman. This is a battle going on. Whoa, look out. Wakefield smoking there in front of Tillman. And by the way, this is for 18th and 19th position, still in the top 20. Kevin Smith back on the racetrack, down below the bottom of the apron. Remember the blend line. You saw when he passed the blue cone. When you pass that blue cone, he can move up to the racetrack. We got a car spun. Smoking, crashing off two.
It's Garber, and Garber's in the wall a ton. This is going to bring out a caution, I think, Wesley. No, yes.
No, caution, yes, there it is. Garber, 94. A winner earlier this year, and the yellow is out just at halfway. Caution green, caution green, caution green. Yep, we're in the caution. And I believe it's the only fourth yellow flag of the race, Greg. Fourth caution of the race.
Fourth or fifth. This is by far the longest green flag run that we had.
Yeah, caution number 4. Yeah, my goodness, wow. They got a chance to make money and they blew it.
Taking a look at what happened with Garber. He lost it off of turn number 2 and nosed it into the wall. This is going to give a big break for Sean Breisman because now he's going to be able to keep most of those cars on the lead lap behind him as Garber catches the inside wall, and then right there is what triggers the yellow as he comes up just above the racing surface. Yeah. Caution is out. This is going to help out this guy right here, Sean Breisman, in the number 46, as he will, barring a penalty or a very fast pit stop by some other guys, keep them behind him, and that's going to be crucial for Breisman.
And by the way, we are after halfway as well. We're just past halfway. So, we're going to take a quick break. Again, you're tuned in to the Lady in Black 200 on LSRTV at livesimracing.com, YouTube, Facebook, and of course on CRN Sports at wearecrn.com. And at CRN Sports, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and iRacing coverage. And again, it's the Northwest iRacing Cup Series presented by Tom Dinchell's Hermiston Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Auto Group. Back with more in a moment. Ready for the second half at Darlington.
Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
And speaking of Kevin Smith and the Tom Dinchell Automotive Group, he is currently in the 19th position on track. And a developing story under the yellow flag, Sean Breisman, Greg, back on the pit lane twice. Now, he might have been in an advantage, but now he's at a disadvantage for having to pit.
And I'm looking at that number 46 car. I'm wondering if he elected to save the fast repair and is getting some of that damage repaired manually. And looking at the car, that looks like exactly the case, as the car still has some damage here. That's going to move the lead to this man, the winner of the season opener at Daytona, Stephen Paulison. And Wesley, he has not even led a lap since that Daytona victory. And now here he is leading the way at Darlington. Can he pick up wins at 2 Crown Jewel racetracks to kick off this season?
Well, there we go. We'll have to keep an eye on it.
Carl Berg up to second And the number 53, BJ Tidrick, up to third. A lot of drivers electing to take the wave around to get themselves back on the lead lap. Justin Yee, Caden Anderson, Taylor Larson, Chris White, Dan West Jr., Judd Wakefield, Casey Tillman, all taking the wave around to get themselves back onto the lead lap here. We will have 16 cars on the lead lap, and we take the green flag here.
So we will go back to the restart here. Man, we have not talked about Stephen Paulison in a very long time since he won that crazy race at Daytona. And since then, he's been by the wayside, struggling. Carl Burke, look at him. And look at BJ Tidrick, the Darlington winner last year, in third. Back to the Geico restart zone. Green back out for the second half of the Lady in Black 200 at Darlington.
That was a launch by the number 58 of Paulison, as Tidrick able to get up to second. Oh, Tidrick with the bobble, and that's going to open the door for Burke to get back by on the inside. There's discussion on whether or not one of the Bumblebee cars may have jumped the restart, or switched lanes on the restart is the discussion at hand right now. One of the Bumblebee cars. We're going to go take a look at it. Hearing it may have been Justin Yee in the 66. Drivers and spotters reporting one of the Bumblebee cars may have switched lanes on the restart. We'll take a look at Bolts Popper's replay. That would be a penalty. If this is the case, we'll have to go back to the restart. Keep your eyes here. This is Lake Peterson in the 09. Team kind of check up. No issues there. We'll see about maybe the 66 of Peterson. 66 of Yee, excuse me. Not sure, we'll see. Meanwhile, up at the front, Paulison opening it up now over Burke. Half a second. Ryan Bloom up to third. He's gotten around Tidrick as well. And Sean Breitzman, with a little bit of damage still on that 46 car, is now up into the fifth spot.
Back across the stripe. And look at Paulison. Paulison still on the top of the board. And we look now at the 25 machine. Blum made his debut, where we finally just got really connected with him last week at the Bristol Dirt Race. Could he possibly pull an upset victory? And there goes Sean Breitzman. Whatever problems he had, he is back into the top five. He's in fourth in that 46 machine. A new wrap job, if you will, on the Brights Boutique LSRTV number 46 entry. Normally, he's in that purple car. Now this year in the teal green and lime yellow numbers. And looking strong in that number 46. Here he comes back across the line. Lime yellow colors. Leave me alone, producer. I'm working
Caden
here.
Anderson. Caden Anderson is loaded up.
Greg,
Leslie, Caden Anderson is loaded up.
Him's got me mad again.
Leslie, Caden Anderson, who is up in the top five for the first half of this race, has loaded up. He has parked it for the night.
I'm sorry. Him's got me mad again.
And Justin Yee as well.
Oh,
Justin
wow.
Yee parks again. Two very fast drivers up in the top five for the first half of this race, loading up consecutive laps.
Are we seeing cars drop off like flies?
No, these are both manual disconnections.
Okay.
This is not like what happened last year.
Okay. All right. Very interesting. We keep an eye on this. Don't leave me alone. It's him over there picking on me, Greg. You heard it. Was it? You did. Lime yellow. Let me do my job. I'm calling the race. I'm being descriptive. You look at your pictures from earlier. You said back straightaway, Blum and Tendrick, Ottenbacher. He said you what? Paulison still the leader. Greg, man, how cool would it be for Paulison to win? Because a lot of people thought that, well, I mean, it wasn't a fluke. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean that in any disrespect, but they always say anybody could win Daytona. It's restrictor plate. But how cool could it be for Paulison? Look at Burke in second. If they could win here at Darlington.
Paulson leading, Brightsman closing in on these two, though, as Brightsman up into the third spot. But Burke having a nice run as well. How about it for Carl Burke, Wesley? He's another guy who's had some horrible luck in the past. Caution is out. One car right in front of the leaders. That was Jeff Stabnow, number 24.
The 4K Ford in the fence again. Yellow flag number 5 now officially. And here's your Pulse Popper instant replay. Man, what a tough break for the man out of Billings, Montana. Greg, it has just not been the year for 24.
Taking a look at the Pulse Popper's replay. He just got the wall. Remember, he had already used the fast repair. Another car getting the wall behind him there up in turn number 3. Loose, and into the wall. And with him already having used the fast repair. And watch, because right there goes the leader, Paulison. We're under caution once again. Working lap number 87 of 140. And Sean Brightsman is already committed to coming down pit road to try to get some more of that damage repaired. He's going to give up the third spot to get some damage repaired. Oh, classic psych move by Brightsman. And Peterson and O'Hare saying, all right, I'll lead the parade down pit road.
What a psych job there. Yes. Well. Paulison and Burke, 1 and 2. Brightsman 3rd. Bloom, Hidrick. Well, do they come to the pits, Greg? What do you do?
We will see. Hey, I figured out what happened with Caden Anderson. At least he got
hit a parked car.
He got collected with Kevin Smith and went head on into the wall at the Dodge sign. So that ended his night. Well,
that was a nice way to promote the Tom Denchel Auto Group. Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
So that's what happened with Anderson. And now I'm trying to figure out what happened with Justin Yee in the 66.
What are you, like, flashbacking all the way to the beginning of the race or something?
Under caution.
Listen, him, I've about had enough of you tonight. By the way, him is our producer, Charles Wooten, which, by the way, he got lazy for the truck race on Wednesday, but I thought he did a phenomenal job as a guest dirt analyst for the Dirt Cup race at Bristol.
Wesley, another driver that was up in the top 10 towards the top 5 is loaded up. Now Stephen O'Hare dropping out of this race. A lot of drivers loading up after getting some damage.
People dropping off like flies. Still under caution. Still under caution. Well, well, well. Greg, anybody going to pit? What do you think?
Oh, we've already seen the cars that were coming down pit road already come down. Now it's a matter of what is going to happen on this next caution. Working close to lap number 90 here. Steven Paulson leading the way in the Jim Beam Toyota. Carl Burke in second. Brightsman in third spot. And you know who I'm watching? I'm watching the Bumblebee 09 Lake Peterson. He was the first car down pit road. 9 cars stayed out on this run. Paulson, Burke, Brightsman, Bloom, Tidrick, Stevens, West Jr., Wakefield, and Larson are the drivers that stayed out. Peterson, White, Bozer, and Tillman, and Tyson Blood, who got the lucky dog, your drivers that stayed out. So 14 drivers on the lead lap. I'm going to be watching the 09 of Peterson to see if he can make a move up through the field. But Steven Paulson got the lead on that last restart and looked very strong on the initial restart. Think Carl Burke may have spun the tires. So something else to keep an eye on. What happens on this restart with these top 2?
Should be interesting. Ready for the field to come back to the Geico restart zone. Here we go. Back to speed. Green flag. Shootout time. Pick your poison. Paulson not backing down.
Here comes Brightsman to the inside. I was kind of surprised. Oh, there goes Jug Wakefield into the inside wall. He's beneath the racing surface. No caution, no caution. And that's going to probably be the day ender there for Judd Wakefield into number 50. Tries to get it going. Keeps it below the racing surface. We will stay green, but there's a lot of damage on the Vape Hub Toyota Camry. And he's going to slide up above the racing surface, trying to get it round back up. Makes it back down. He's going to make it to pit road as we got a battle for the lead. Here comes the defending series champion, Sean Brightsman.
Wow. And there she goes.
Paulson able to get a big run off the inside, the Daytona winner. Look behind him, though, Wesley. Look who has knocked in the 4th position. Lake Peterson, 3 wins on the year. Pole sitter tonight. He's up to 4th. Brightsman again to the inside. Brightsman again to the inside in the 46. Paulson's been strong on the outside. Gonna clear him again. But Peterson gets around Burke for 3rd, and this is what those fresh tires are doing right now. Peterson is running a full second faster than Brightsman and Paulson. We have lost Wesley Outland. Technical difficulties on the part of Wesley Outland as Brightsman able to clear Paulson for the race lead. But Peterson now making a move inside the number 09 to the inside for 2nd place, bringing Ryan Bloom with him. Dan West Jr. with a bobble on the backstretch behind this as Peterson gets around Paulson for 2nd. Now Peterson sets his sights on the defending champion, Sean Brightsman. Peterson about a car length and a half back as Brightsman crosses the stripe. 94 in the books, working lap number 95. 45 laps to go when they get to the line this time. Brightsman, Peterson, going to be side by side off of turn number 2, and the fresh tires are working for Peterson. To the inside, going into turn number 3, give it back to the Beaver State Bumblebee. Lake Peterson to the lead in car number 09. Coming to complete lap number 95. Caution is out. We are under caution here on lap number 96. Hitting it was Casey Tillman in the number 92. And Taylor Larson in the number 98. Going to a Bolts Poppers replay. Toby Ritter's right there in the Budweiser car. Tillman on the inside. Ritters slides up the track. Here comes Dan Lowther, the 63, right behind him. Watching Tillman, the 92. Oh, contact between him and Ritters. Tillman gets in the inside wall, comes up the track, and nowhere for Taylor Larson to go. And he's on his lid, tumbling on the front stretch. Actually, no, that's the back stretch. This is the old front stretch. Yowza. Taylor Larson goes for a ride. And we're under caution with just over 40 laps to go. Lake Peterson just got the lead. And Breitzman and company are saying, I want tires, as they have pulled into the pits. Looks like the top 6 stayed out on the racetrack. Under caution, we're going to take one final commercial break, and then we intend to bring you to the end here in the Lady in Black 200 live on LSRTV, your home for sim racing.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Hey, we're back here under the yellow flag, and caution is out. Greg, I had to step away for a few moments, but man, we had a big one there. Cars upside down and more.
Under caution here, going to be right around 40 laps to go. And we take the green flag here. So shootout time at Darlington. 12 cars on the lead lap right now. So pick your favorite driver of who you got and who you want to see here in victory lane. Lake Peterson charging through the field. 0-9 to take the lead. Paulson second after leading about 30 or so laps. Carl Burke, Ryan Bloom, Chris White, your top 5. BJ Tidrick, Tyson Blood, Sean Breitzman, Dan West Jr., and Ricky Bozier, your top 10. And how about it again for the Wenatchee driver, Donovan Stevens in the 0-5. Goat Man having a great return to his Northwest Cup Series tonight. Corey Walters, the Napa 9 car, he's going to be the lucky dog. He's coming back out now. Now, we would say the Napa 9 Chevy. However, you look at that number 9 who just got the lucky dog. That ain't no Chevy. That's got a pony on the front. That baby's a Ford.
Yeah. And I have to say, Greg, I am still impressed with the job that Stephen Paulson and Carl Burke have done. Wow. What a drive for these guys, and it's not over yet.
The lights out on the iRacing sedan pace car. Peterson leading, Paulson second. Burke, Bloom, White, Tidrick. Tyson Blood just joining the series a couple of weeks ago. Breitzman, the first car on fresh tires. We saw what Peterson was able to do on fresh tires on that last one. Can Sean Breitzman repeat the process here as we're back into the restart zone? And Lake Peterson's going to bring him the green. Going to be 41 laps to go when the green flag falls and Paulson's around.
No trouble.
Collects Chris White.
Oh, man.
Not bring out a caution yet. No caution yet. They are below the racing surface. Paulson spun the tires.
Serious?
Nowhere to go for Chris White. We are going to stay green. There's the caution.
There's the caution.
There's the caution.
Saved by the caution flag. We had a feeling it was coming.
Driver. So Paulson spins the tires and nowhere, absolutely nowhere for Chris White to go. Taking a look at the Pulse Poppers replay.
Wow, wow, wow. Watch this. Calamity on the restart. Holy cow, Greg.
Taking a look, you're going to see Peterson go. Paulson on those old tires.
Paulson just hit the wall.
Spun the tires and then shot him to the right. Tyson Blood got a piece of it. Dan West Jr. got a piece. of it. Remember, Dan West Jr. had already used that fast repair at the very start of this race. So move BJ Tidrick up to second position in the Milwaukee Tool number 72. And how about it? Donnie Stevens in the number 05 is going to move into the podium for now in his first race back in the Northwest Cup Series, now presented by Tom Danchel Auto Group. Incredible return to the series here for Donovan Stevens, up into the top 5.
Welcome back. And what a good run he's got going for him right now. Man, oh man. Laps continuing to tick away here. Again, by the way, about a half hour, 40 minutes from now, there's a chance of severe weather at the LSRTV headquarters. 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central Time. Our efforts and hopes, Greg, is to be done with the broadcast before that severe weather hits. And say some prayers for our colleague, Charles Wooten, a.k.a. him, as he gets hit by some nasty weather. Hopefully he'll be safe.
Tidrick on pit road. BJ Tidrick pitting from the second spot. John Ombacher, the only other car on pit road. So Tidrick giving up the second spot to come in for fresh tires. So he will be on pit road.
Wow.
With the freshest tires on the racetrack. What can Tidrick do? This will fall back to about the 11th position as Stephen Paulison, who's being scored in 12th right now, last car on the lead lap, has received an EOL penalty. That's going to move Donovan Stevens up into the second spot, the Wenatchee driver. And look who is up third, Wesley. Dan West Jr. Always a threat. Can he make a move here for perhaps the win with a damaged race car?
And what an impressive drive for Chris White as well. Dan West Jr. Bozier in the back there. Some contenders that we have not thought in a while or talked about. Now within a cat's whisker. And they could possibly put this in victory lane. But to do that, they've got to get around that machine of Peterson. My goodness, Greg, he's been strong all day long. He had that one little stint where he spun coming to the pits, but other than that, he's done really good. So I believe if Peterson wins this race, Greg, am I correct? This is 4th win on the series.
Believe that is indeed the case. We'll double check it real quick, but I do believe it would be win number 4 on the year for Lake Peterson. No, win number 3. Win number 3, but it's 4 straight poles for Lake Peterson. Dating back to the Daytona Road Course, a race which he started on the pole and led just about every lap. Green flag in the air. One car in the wall deep in the field there. Was that Ryan Bloom in the 25? No. There was a black car up in the wall on turn number 4. But Peterson breaking away. Donovan Stevens has a bit of damage on the 05. This is going to help Peterson a ton because Stevens is now going to battle with Dan West Jr. for the second spot. Breitzman on the inside of Corey Walters right now. Fresh tires on the 46 still. Remember, he doesn't have a whole lot in the tire wear department right now on that set of tires. He's going after Walters right now to try to crack back into the top 5. But Lake Peterson, he loves seeing that battle. He does not love seeing Dan West Jr. coming up behind him now in the 55. And he is coming in a hurry, Wesley. Dan West Jr. is the fastest car on the racetrack right now in second place. With that damage still on the number 55, he is caught up to Lake Peterson.
And the laps are winding down as well. Can he run him down? Dan West Jr. What a run for his son Devin last week at Bristol on the dirt, but here comes that 55. Now, Greg, I know he's looking for his third win on the Cup Series as well. It has been Peterson and West, the cream of the crops, if you will, this year on the Northwest Cup Series presented by Tom Denchel Automotive Group. And he is just reeling in the 09 for the top spot.
He is all over the back bumper right now as Brightsman still trying to get around Walters. Now he's moved up to the high side. Carl Burke coming with him in the number 53 as Walters with a little bit of a slide. Chris White after using the fast repair. Walters coming to pit road. The Napa 9 Mustang is coming to pit road, Wesley. He has said, I've had enough. He comes down pit road. So Corey Walters is going to give up the 4th position here as it's a battle for the lead because now Dan West Jr. is just 0.2 of a second off of Blake Peterson, really trying to close him in.
Look at this. Reeling him in. Here he comes. Wow. What a drive, what a job he has right now for him. Looking really good. On board with Dan West Jr.
Lap traffic ahead is Tyson Blood in the 97. You see right there the speed differential between the fast cars and the cars with damage. Just 11 cars on the lead lap now.
And 30
Walters
laps
making
to
it
go.
back out. May have been a technical issue on Walters because he just came down pit road and went right back out on the racetrack. May have had something happen.
And 30 laps to go. Look at this bank, this game, cat and mouse. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Battle breaking out for the 4th position. Give it to Chris White, former winner in the Xfinity Series at this racetrack. Back when the Northwest Xfinity Series used to race. Or it was replaced by the Cup Series. Chris White picked up the win in the last Xfinity race at this racetrack. Up to 4th now. As Ryan Bloom tries to hold off BJ Tidrick right now for the 6th spot. Tidrick on fresh tires as well. Winner of this race last year in that red and black Milwaukee Tool Ford. Watch Chris White. Now setting the sights on Sean Brightsman, who's 3.4 seconds back. But Wesley Lake Peterson is beginning to gap Dan West Jr. Now 0.7 of a second. It takes that 09 a couple laps to really get going, but once it does, it is on fire.
Yes, it is. Just under 30 laps to go. Dan West Jr. trying to close it on Peterson. But you gotta wonder, Greg, did he overshoot that car too much and he allowed Peterson to pull away? Or is Peterson playing possum and he did not show how strong that 09 is and he pulled away from West because he said, I'm not having any of it?
I think Peterson was kind of hanging back and waiting to see exactly what Dan West Jr. had before deciding to show his hand. I think that may be what was going on with the 09. He's coming to 25 laps to go, by the way, Wesley. We have reached the nitty-gritty here at Darlington. The track too tough to tame, the lady in black, whichever you want to call it. I think we're about to call it Lake Peterson's Playhouse right now, though, because he has had a dominating performance looking for win number 3 on the year.
Laps are winding down. Who will step out and make their move? Or is it going to be the man of Lake Peterson and his third win.
Sean Brightsman is closing in, Wesley. Sean Brightsman has knocked it down from 4 seconds to about 2.5 to the race leader, Lake Peterson. That number 46 is about a tenth faster than Lake Peterson. If he can keep this pace up, he will catch Peterson right at the white flag. Oh, that's not going to help him. He goes off the corner in turn number 4 and has to chase it down beneath the apron. That is not going to help Brightsman's cause. That's going to help Peterson. White
yeah, that's
fourth.
definitely not going to help him.
White in 4th. Burke, Bloom, and Tidrick about to have a good little 3-car battle here. Remember, Burke on the older tires as Tidrick trying to get to the inside of Ryan Bloom. Bloom joined the series a couple of weeks ago and has really taken nicely to it as well. He's another one of these guys, Wesley, who ever since joining the series has really made himself known that he's going to be a threat to win just about every week. Running strong. Here he is in the top 5 once again, while battling to get back into the top 5. BJ Tidrick lurking back there as well. They're all chasing Lake Peterson. I think something happened to Dan West Jr., Wesley. He is now 1.7 seconds back and losing more and more ground. I'm wondering if the 55 caught the wall again while we were watching elsewhere, because he is now 0.2 slower than Peterson every single lap.
Laps are ticking away. Someone's got to break a move, and right now this green flag run continues and everyone is all single file. Peterson, West, Brightsman, White, Burke. Greg, how about Carl Burke? What a run for him in the top 5. This has got to be like a win for 53.
Oh, fantastic run for Carl Burke, and he is another one of those guys, Wesley, who's had dismal luck for the last year and a half in this series. A top 5 run up here for Carl Burke, being up as high as 2nd. Not sure if he's going to be able to hold on for 20 more laps, but either way, a fantastic run for the 53 tonight.
And pick your poison, because it is down to these final closing moments. Who will it be? Who will prevail as the winner when this race is said and done? But for right now, you're seeing Peterson. There's Burke. There you see him in 5th. What a run for him.
Brightsman the 2nd.
Yes, Brightsman a 2nd spot now. He got around West, and he's in the wall.
Oh, he's in the wall again, and that's it.
Oh, hold on, Sean. He
Makes the
saved
save.
it.
Makes
Wow,
the
he's
save,
saving
but
it. Holds on to 2nd.
Nope, West Jr. gets back by, but I think that's it for Sean Brightsman, because he has already used the fast repair. He's going to need another caution to get down and try to get some damage repaired. I think that's going to be the final nail in the coffin for the number 46, and that's all that Lake Peterson needed, because now he can set it on cruise control for these final 17 laps.
My goodness, what a tough break. Look at this coming off of turn 4, Brightsman. This might have just secured him the win for Lake Peterson. What might have been for Sean Brightsman. He falls back to 3rd. Maybe he'll just salvage that. Dan West Jr., though, Greg, do you think he could cut the deficit and run down Peterson?
No,
oh, and by the way, there might be a late race caution. We might see a LRC, and it changes everything.
The problem is Dan West Jr. has damage on that number 55 car, and that is bad news for him because he's already used the fast repair. Lake Peterson, clean as a whistle right now. This is Lake Peterson's race to lose right now. If we stay green, this is the 09's race.
Well, what a job. as Peterson, well, they're saying this is the best battle on the racetrack, and honestly, it's for 5th and 6th, Burke and Bloom.
I'm surprised
honestly,
BJ Tidrick has burned those tires up
it's
in the
not
72.
much of a battle. It's not that much of a battle, Greg.
It's about to be. They're catching Chris White in the 83. That's going to be for position as well. Chris White has been in the wall very hard in the number 83. He has a lot of damage on the front of that car. That's going to allow Burke and Bloom to catch up to him. BJ Tidrick has used up every single shred of ounce of that tire left in that number 72 car. He is dirt tracking on the number 72. He may have been in the wall as well. I noticed maybe some right rear damage on the back of the 72 as Bloom going to battle with Burke. Here we go, side by side for 5th.
Side by side for 5th place up the racetrack. Here he comes. In around Burke.
Blake Peterson still 0.2 of a second faster than Dan West Jr. It's now 4 seconds the margin between Peterson and West as Bloom able to get by Burke for the 5th spot. Can he reel in Chris White and try to salvage a 4th?
Ticking away the final laps. Like to again thank Tom Dinchell, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram that has jumped on board the Tom Dinchell Automotive Group in Hermiston, Oregon. Looking forward to not only their relationship with the Northwest Cup Series, but also live sim racing. And this race definitely has had its share of moments. But one thing for certain, Greg Rentz, as we approach the home stretch, the Bumblebee clan, especially Peterson, has been the top dog. As Peterson still out in front, the interval almost 4.5 seconds back to Dan West Jr. But here comes Breitzman trying to reel back in the 55 for second spot.
Wesley Peterson's heart just skipped a beat because Dan Lowther in the 63, he just had to chase it down the racetrack and back up right in front of him here. So Peterson, the one thing that could get him right now is that dreaded LRC, the late race caution. It almost happened right here the previous time by. Lowther was able to gather it back up, but no doubt the 09 saw that number 63 facing the inside wall and his heart skipped the beat. Lowther just going to key up and say, hey, just go by. Go by, go by. I'm not going to play a factor in this one. Lowther letting him go. Peterson leading the way. By the way, we're inside 10 laps to go.
We certainly are. Well, well, well.
.4 seconds to gap now between Peterson and Wes. Breitzman about 0.6 back. With the equal pretty much damage that West and Breitzman have, it's going to be interesting to see who can limp their beaten and battered race car here for 7 more laps.
Under 10 laps to go.
Everything else is settled down. Everyone else is pretty much spaced out evenly. No battles for position on the lead lap right now. And scanning around, no real battles anywhere. Just guys trying to hold on and make it to the end here. Next up to go another lap down will be Toby Ritters in the number 23. He's currently 2 laps down. As Peterson coming up behind him. And Ritters once again just moving out of the way. And love seeing that, Wesley. Love seeing the guys racing respectfully with the leaders in the closing stages like this.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. You know, as I've always said before, there's a race and you're not in it. Step out of the way. Go and race another day. And, you know, come back. And let these guys have at it. But the bottom line is you know, besides what we're seeing is the best battle between West and Breitzman, Peterson has got this one in the bag. 3rd win on the season, unless something goes wrong. And just literally, Greg, such a strong car that 09 is. Literally.
Tied with Dan West Jr., who's in second right now, with 2 wins apiece right now.
That's right.
Which leads the series in wins. 2 each for Peterson and West Jr. Other drivers to visit Victory Lane include Stephen Paulson, who led about 30 laps earlier on in the race. Cole Raz not here tonight. He won at Homestead. And Devin West, winner last week on the dirt at Bristol, he's not here tonight either. As Brightsman again has to chase it down beneath the apron. Look at the right side of that number 46, Wesley. There's West Jr. getting in the wall, but let's pick up that car right behind him, because that Brights Boutique number 46, that right side is beat to death. Let's see if we can get a look at the right side of the car as they come through here, because that thing looks like it's just... It looks like one of those cars at the homecoming rally of the football game that they just go and take the sledgehammer to for $5. $5 gets 3 hits. And he's going to take second away in that car. No, West able to fight him off on the outside. This is for the second position. 2 cars just absolutely beat to heck, and they are battling it out for second. West with a big slide. The dirt track background comes out in him. Closing
and the
stages
final,
here at Darlington.
Yes, sir. Watching them here. That's probably just some of the best battles on the racetrack as West bounces off the wall. Brightsman trying to close in again.
This is 6 seconds behind the race leader, but this is awesome. This is 2 guys wheeling just absolutely destroyed race cars. Chris White trying to close in. Lake Peterson is taking the white flag. CRN 1 to go. But it is a battle now for second between Brightsman and West.
Final time around. Peterson working his way off of turn number 2. Back straightaway for the final time. Car's in his way, but he's not going to run him down. He will now pick up his 3rd win here on the series. He goes to the top and bounces off the wall. And off of turn 4, 3rd win on the year for the Bumblebee clan. And Lake Peterson wins here at Darlington. Here's the race for second.
Brightsman spun.
Off the wall. Brightsman spins, crashes. He'll get 4th. He'll get 4th.
Chris White gets the spot away at the line.
And West Jr. second, Chris White third, Sean Brightsman spinning, crashing, sparking across the line for 4th.
Unbelievable. Let's take a look at a Pulse Poppers replay there of that finish for between Brightsman and West Jr. We'll have to pick it up here as Lake Peterson is going to pick it up his 3rd win of the season. But as he begins his celebration, the Pulse Poppers instant replay. Let's watch this battle for 3rd coming to the checker flag. Brightsman giving it all he's got. Contact between him and West. West shuts the door. Brightsman giving it everything he had. This is coming to the white. So this is beginning the final lap here. Lake Peterson's burning it down on the front stretch right now. The traditional demo derby is underway. But there you see a slide out of Brightsman, giving it everything he's got here. There's Chris White back there in the number 83, lurking in case something happens. West gets the wall right there. Brightsman goes all out to try to get the spot. He gets the wall, and it bounces him off the wall. And here comes White, just barely getting by him there.
Well, well, well. You wanted an interesting finish. You got one here. That's for sure. The results are posted. Lake Peterson, your winner. Dan West Jr., 7 seconds back. Almost 8 seconds back. Chris White got around Sean Brightsman as Brightsman bounces off the wall. He got 4th. Brian Blum 5th. Carl Burke, keep your head up, buddy. Another good run for you. Top 10. He finishes 6th. BJ Tidrick, last year's winner, 7th. Kevin Smith, good run for him in 8th. Stephen Paulison, Daytona winner, 9th. And Ricky Bozier, the FarmersOnly.com entry, 42, the top 10.
And those are your 10 cars on the lead lap, Wesley. Coming home in 11th, 1 lap down, was Corey Walters in the number 9. I think he may have had some kind of technical issue that he had to pull down pit road to address, and that cost him a great chance at the top 10. Taylor Larson, the car 1 lap down in 12th. Toby Ritters and Dan Lowther, 13th and 14th, along with Donovan Stevens in the 1:08.05, 3 laps down after coming to get damage repaired. Scott Hutchinson also 3 laps down in 16th. Tyson Blood, Aaron Cooper, Judd Wakefield, and John Ottenbacher round out the top 20.
And the rest of the rundown includes Casey Garber, Casey Tillman, Stephen O'Hare, Jeff Stabnow, 24th in car 24, ironically. Justin Yee, Brad Problems for him as Peterson goes on to win. Caden Anderson, Frank Harris, Bryce Clark, Ryan Maines, Briar Reynolds, the top 30, and the rest of the rundown includes Troy Daggett, Eric Cheney, King, and Seth Frazier never even took the green flag after parked it. So there you go. Lineup, finish in order here tonight at Darlington. Well, Greg, I know you got ready to get some shut-eye, bud. A fun time. I know we're excited again to have the Tom Drenchel Automotive Group jump on board out of Hermiston, Oregon, and a long season ahead with them. Just 8 races in. Your take on Darlington, definitely not as wild as last year, but it had its share of moments tonight.
Oh, it definitely had its moments, but it was a fun night here at Darlington. Lake Peterson putting on a clinic, but we got to see some different names up at the front for a little bit. How about Steven Paulison leading about 30 laps tonight? Good for him to really get some laps clicked away after his win at Daytona. A lot of action all over the racetrack, though, Wesley, as guys trying to wrestle around with those wrecked race cars. And how about that battle for second at the end between West Jr. and Brightsman? 2 drivers wheeling cars that were just absolutely destroyed to the checker flag and getting it done in the battle. West holding off as Brightsman gets the wall, spins down, and Chris White able to edge him to the line for the 3rd spot. That's the kind of racing we've come to expect out of the Northwest Cup Series presented by Tom Drenchel Auto Group. Unbelievable battle for second between West and Brightsman. We're going to hear from Dan West Jr. in the number 55 and get his take on that here as soon as we begin the post-race show. But we're on to the next one here for the Northwest Cup Series. The trucks will be in action here Wednesday night, same time, same channel. Can't wait to see what the trucks can do at Darlington Wednesday night.
And as always, check it out, LSRTV and CRN Sports. He's Greg Rentz. I'm Wesley Outland. And by the way, we got about 5 minutes before the weather gets bad in Texas. We're going to knock out these interviews and call it a night. But first, one more quick thanks from our sponsor, the Tom Drenchel Automotive Group, and we'll have our post-race.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
Welcome back to the virtual Darlington Raceway. The Lady in the Black 200 is in the books. And, of course, it is round number 8 points-wise for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series presented by the Tom Drenchel Hermiston Automotive Group. Greg Rentz is gone. Charles Wooten, I'm Wesley Outland here with you, and we are going to grab the Tom Drenchel. Is it Drenchel or Drenchel? Tom Drenchel. Hermiston Automotive Group. I'm from the South, so if I messed it up, he'll tell me. Kevin Smith will. The Tom Drenchel Hermiston Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Ford Auto Group. Anyhow, top 3. We'll talk with Lake Peterson in a moment. First off, the rest of the drivers on the podium includes Chris White. Chris got just past Sean Brightsman. Sean's in the wall. You get around him. You finished 3rd. What's your take of that view on the last lap, bud?
Well, it sucks for the 46. It looked like he was fighting with Dan there in the 55 for that second spot pretty hard there, and he just kind of went around, and I just kind of tried to hold my line there and not do the same thing and steal that third spot from him.
Well, it was a good run, bud. I know everything went good for you. I know that you really, really wanted to have a decent finish this year, and hopefully this can be the start of getting some good things going for you in the 83 and hopefully back to victory lane as well.
Certainly, I usually run good here. I had this one marked on my calendar as one of the plus tracks for me. I got a win back here a while back in the Xfinity car, also running a retro scheme. Throwing it back to Kyle Petty here today. A good-looking car, a good finish, solid run, and yeah, we'll take it and move forward and try to take this momentum and build on it.
Yeah, a lot of people might not know, but you were driving the kind of Sitco colors whenever, or was it the Permatex colors? Which car was it, Chris?
It was the Kyle Petty Sitco.
Okay, all right. I was just trying to make sure. Because he had a Permatex car too, but it was the Sitco colors. And believe it or not, a lot of people might not know that. But yes, Kyle Petty did drive a Sitco car at one time in his career. So thank you very much, Chris White. Third place tonight. Second place, Dan West Jr., 2 wins on the year. Man, a pretty good race for you. Bounced off the wall. Do you think that took your chances away to running down Lake Peterson, or are you happy with the podium for second, Dan?
I didn't have anything for Lake. I'm just happy to get second, to be honest with you. I figured I might be a top 10 car all night. Getting in the wall early on in the race took me completely out of even any chance of winning. But like I say, Lake had us covered all the way. So to come home second, I feel pretty fortunate.
Well, I mean, it was a good run for you, and I'll tell you what, you're still, got 2 wins on the year. Obviously, Peterson now has 3, but you guys have really been kind of the top contenders this year. Would it be suffice to say that is true? And how would you say what's helping you have all this good momentum this year?
I would say some luck, man. To be honest with you, I really do. I mean, it's Lake has definitely got the talent and putting the time in and the effort, and I just feel like I'm showing up, and hopefully, things are just going our way.
All right, man. Let me let you go, but first, thank those sponsors.
Yeah, Tom Denchi Auto Group. I appreciate them coming on board. Effective Web Solutions and LSRTV. Thank you very much.
All right, there's Dan West Jr. again. He'll finish second. By the way, we're trying to get off the air a little bit quicker than normal because there is weather in the LSRTV headquarters area. When it's all said and done, DWJ in the 55 will finish in second. To victory lane we go. Third win on the year. Man, the Beaver State represented proudly again. Congratulations to you, Lake Peterson. Win number 3 in your first season on the tour.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Definitely had to escape a few narrow misses there, but was able to get it done.
So, what do you give your credit to the success that you're having this year?
Honestly, having a really good teammate, to be honest with you. I think that goes a long ways in this league, and be able to talk to someone about certain things you find with the lines you're running, and trying to talk strategy throughout the race. I think that goes a long ways. It's unfortunate that Justin hasn't had the luck I've had. I think, as Dan had noted too, I mean, skill will take you a little bit, but luck will take you pretty far too. So you just got to hit things in the right way, and then one of these times he'll break one through. But luckily for me, I've been able to find the lucky clover 3 times now.
And again, you speak of Justin Yee, and there has been several times, honestly, he has been in the catbird seat, and something just happens. Like you said, it's a matter of luck. Dan West Jr. said it's luck with the season he's having. It's got to be the same way for you, and it's got to be the same way for Justin. He's just got to get rid of this bad luck and have some things happen good for him. But, he's a contender as well.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just going to take one good race, and then after that, I think everything will settle down, and he'll get back to his ways. It's just getting that one. So...
Well, can we see you carry this momentum in the trucks on Wednesday night?
I think so. I was looking to run the trucks this week, so we'll see how that goes. Got a little bit to learn about open setups, but I think I have a decent idea about how to go about it for this week.
All right, man. Third win this year. Before we let you go, thank your sponsors.
I want to thank Tom Denchel Automotive Group for coming on board and helping this league out. I want to thank Sean and all of the Northwest League for putting on this awesome series, and LSRTV for putting on great broadcasts. Really appreciate you guys.
A good run and another win for the driver of the number 09, Lake Peterson. Congratulations to you, buddy. Hey, by the way, again, he'd like to he thanked all the sponsors, and again, we'd also like to thank again out of Hermiston, Oregon, the new biggest sponsor for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series, as well as on LSR TV, and that is Tom Denchel, Hermiston, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and again, the automotive group for all of your needs. They have the inventory. Where many manufacturers and dealers are struggling with new vehicle line inventory, they have it. Ram trucks, Jeep Wranglers, Dodge Challengers, and yes, even the Dodge Chargers. They have them all. Over 800 pre-owned vehicles, 100% online transactions, remote test drives, remote trade appraisals, and they can even come to you as well. And of course, we're glad to have them a part of the iRacing family with LSR TV and the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. For more information, even for nationwide delivery, go to TomDenchelAutoGroup.com. From Darlington, for Greg Wrench, Charles Wooten, I'm Wesley Outland. Take care. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will be back on Wednesday for the trucks right here from the Lady in Black.